Not gonna say it. I don't even care anymore. I can't even hear any. Jesus Christ, when does it end?
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
I'll always remember watching this in order, seeing this intro, and getting so damn excited to see all the Jedi in their prime. We got our boy Kit Fisto, one of the only Jedi I'd want to apprentice under, and Luminara is one of those that gets the good old Shock T treatment in the show and gets some really great character moments. Absolutely one of the best things to happen to the show. During the prequels, I know I wasn't the only one who wondered about all these crazy looking Jedi just randomly in the background, and the fact that we get so many stories with them is awesome. The whole not following the same cast around every episode is an approach that works extremely well in the show.
Many young clones must join the struggle before their intensive training has been completed.
Hey, the bird thing with the creepy eyes!
These clones, manning a vital network of tracking stations, are all that stand between the Republic and invasion.
Lucasfilm is straight asking me to brawl today, I swear to God. Yularen says these clones, but we did see them graduate, right? Was that rushed? I wonder if they had a different arc for Domino Squad in mind at the time. It still blows my mind the way they decided to order these episodes, but I can only assume it's because as time went on making the show, they felt the need to come back and explain little things here and there, so maybe that's the reason?
Nothing going on, as usual.
You're listening to the Grand Army of the Republic broadcast.
I really love the whole Republic radio vibes. It just makes this world feel so damn lived in and real. Also, I love this Betty Boop looking droid. I just get these like, I don't know, 40s or 50s vibes, and it fits because Star Wars really does have a lot of vintage stuff just littered around all over the place.
This next one goes out to the mutt jumpers of the 224th, slugging it out on Mimbom.
Fun random fact for all my Legends lovers out there, Mimbom was first mentioned all the way back in 1978 in the very first piece of EU content. God, the EU is so fucking cool.
Who's next?
That's why they call you Heavy.
Shouldn't you be watching your scope, Heavy? What do you know? All clear.
So these tattoos on Heavy weren't actually there when we see him in his prequel in season 3, or 5's his signature 5. Good job continuity-wise, Lucasfilm. I wonder what it actually is. Also, this just adds to my theory that they're all just out here prison-style tattooing each other.
I like that it's so quiet out here. I can catch up on the reg manuals. Echo, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, Echo, what is wrong with you? I try not to look that closely into it because obviously by the time Bad Batch came out, you're talking, what, 12 years apart? But it is still interesting to see the complete 180 they take with Echo's character later on.
But you landed on the most boring post in the Outer Rim, and one of the most important. Attention, Sergeant on deck!
I love that he gets his own little theme song when he walks up, but I always wondered what the hell this random noise is. Is that part of the song or was that the button?
Attention, Sergeant on deck!
This dude's been getting gray out here, Jesus.
I want everything squared away for inspection. Sir, yes, sir!
Still here, Anakin. When was the last time you slept?
I'll sleep after we find General Grievous.
I'll sleep when I'm dead!
Well, unlike you, maybe he's getting some much-needed rest.
Does Grievous actually sleep?
Incoming transmission from Commander Cody.
How goes the inspections?
Captain Rex and I are proceeding to the outpost in the Rishi system.
Report back once you've arrived. Good man, that Cody.
Yeah, he sure is.
Sir, incoming meteor shower. You wanted excitement, Heavy. Right. Ooh, meteor shower.
This line always makes me laugh. Holy shit, that's way more than that screen let on. How the hell is that not more specific? Wait, are those the pod hunters we saw in Rising Malevolence? It's actually kind of interesting that these are all probably real meteors, other than this one and maybe a few others, but you can see that even though they tried to blend in with the meteors, their trajectory is coming from a completely different angle. Not to nitpick here, but if you follow that trajectory, assuming in a pretty much straight line, that shit would have been coming from like way out of left field. The King droids right here, baby. These will always be my favorite droids, other than the hyena bombers. You can tell they look a lot like the standard B1 battle droids we see all the time, but they kind of have the colors of a super battle droid. Also, I always loved how different their sound design is. Like, you can tell they went out of their way to make these really stand out as quiet, stealthy killing machines, unlike their clanky, obnoxious B1s. Hey guys, do me a solid and pay close attention to these hands. You see them? Good. Me too.
CT-327, report in. Sentry, do you copy?
327 is a number that gets thrown around a few times, interestingly enough. It's the docking bay number on the Death Star. Also, I think the landing platform in Cloud City.
327, we're open to the magnetic field. Permission granted. Land on platform 327. Thank you.
I know it pops up a couple more times, but I have no idea what relation it has to Star Wars at all.
Droids! They've disabled the beacon. Get a message to the fleet! We have to warn! Sarge!
Hey, some more classic pinup posters. I love how like anything sexual in Star Wars is usually associated with Twi'leks. We actually see these kind of posters in the background a lot. We saw one way back in episode 2, well, ours, and they're gonna pop up again. It's just shit like this that's like, mwah, chef's kiss, Lucasfilm. Of course they would hang these kinds of things up.
4 clones escaped, Captain. They don't matter.
And we'll see how that works out for you. So is this marking for him being the captain? I don't think any of the others have it.
Our spy on Camino is making contact.
All the preparations for your invasion are in order.
We are almost at the rendezvous point.
I will await your arrival.
The destruction of Camino will stop their production of clones for good.
Wait, we see them successfully infiltrate Camino later on, spoiler alert, but they even use this incident in their intro as reference, but that doesn't come on for like 40 episodes. Did you guys screw up on your own timeline? You know what? We'll circle back to this in a few months. You see them? You see the hands, guys? I'm just checking.
Open. Comlink to channel.
That's one of the coolest parts about these guys for me. God, these things are terrifying, man.
This is the inspection team. Inspection. Negative. Negative. We not require an inspection.
It's kind of interesting that this is really the only time the commandos use voice inflections to show nervousness like that. Like, of course we see droids like C-3PO do that. Shit, even the B-1s do it on the regular basis. But I guess their normal speech is what makes them all the more intimidating.
I'm putting you in charge of this one.
Kind of interesting getting to see Cody use his superiority over Rex. Like, yeah, of course he's a commander and Rex is a captain, so technically he would be, but we don't usually get to see any dialogue like this in the show. Holy shit, for any music people out there, doesn't this look like the Avid Pro Tools symbol? I love hearing the progression of the music scores throughout the show, but doesn't this kind of remind you of music you'd hear in a temple in The Legend of Zelda? They took a lot of creative liberties at the time from the movies, and hot damn does Kevin Kiner give John Williams a run for his money sometimes. Although there are a lot of parts in the first season that are just kind of weird. Sometimes they give off the same vibes I felt in The Mandalorian when we see the Dark Troopers.
Don't forget about those giant eels. Yeah, I've never seen
Ah, poor Cut Up. Hey, wait a minute.
What the hell was that?
Am I the only one that thinks it's really weird hearing hell in Star Wars? It's nowhere near as jarring as hearing God slip in this show sometimes. Like, I get it, we base the characters off our civilization and use words that we use and yada yada yada, but can we just get like a glimpse one day into a series about how normal citizens view life and all that jazz?
Look, it's Commander Cody. It's the inspection team.
I don't see the deck officer anywhere. I have a bad feeling about this.
Why?
As you can see, the outpost is operating at peak efficiency.
Guys, why does this clone sound so weird? Why is he walking so funny? Those are some normal looking hands there, guy.
Everything is fine and fully operational.
Well, that was weird. It seems like this random guy was alluding to something. Weird editing choice.
Their comlinks are on a different scramble set. I'll signal him with this flare. Take us to the sergeant in command. Roger, roger.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, Rex, why would you shoot a clone?
Relax.
Wait a second, it was a droid? But how does it grow human fingers? Honestly, not only that, but it was the black suit underneath that first caught my attention. I know it's a seriously small animation nitpick, but it's just funny how instead of being what I'd imagine to be some kind of thin protective material, here it looks like a fucking pool floaty cut in half. This is what that would look like on a regular clone. Oh, sorry guys, forgot to mention in my rant that we're back to the circle boxes again for now. Well, we made it a solid like, what, 30 seconds before it just magically transformed into an octagon. Honestly, this has to be an animation screw up, but it's just funny that it pops up so much. I will never give the moon continuity nearly as much shit as this, and the volume.
Hands above your heads. Take your sunbonnets off. Sir? Take them off, now!
It's too bad you didn't take this approach on Umbara right away. Also, it's kind of funny how they're called sunbonnets. In case you needed any convincing that Rex was a certified badass. Good way to show the audience, and the clones for that matter, how much further along Rex and Cody are from the shinies, and what they'll eventually amount to.
Looks like we got ourselves a batch of shinies, Commander. Shinies, sir? That's right. Your armor. It's shiny and new. Just like you.
I swear, I know I'm not the only one who's like, why the hell didn't you put the handprint on 5s? 5 fingers, gah!
Captain Rex, please respond.
It appears your captain follows orders as well as you do.
Perhaps Cody is boring Rex with standard procedures and protocol.
We need to work on our own boring procedures.
God, these two make this show, man.
As long as those tweezers occupy this post, our home planet of Camino's at risk.
Do we ever hear them call droids tweezers again?
How do you propose we get through those blast doors, Rex, old boy? I have a few ideas.
Unit 2-6, is that you?
Roger, roger.
Is something wrong with your vocabulator?
Roger, roger.
Interesting, but if you really look hard at the scratch marks on the droids, they're all the same paint job. Of course you wouldn't need to fucking change up the scratch marks on every single one of them. It's just cool when you take the time to appreciate stuff like that.
Let me see your faceplate.
It's it's kind of weird that he can't tell that the lights are off in his eyes, right?
Whoa! Roger. Mission to take point, sir. I'm always first, kid.
Let's go! Woo! I swear, after watching season 7 and it being all said and done, hearing the clone theme fucking hits hard.
Not so tough now, are ya, Sparky?
It's Sparky Boom Man!
Looks like we have more visitors.
Weren't these windows yellow from the outside?
It looks like a separatist fleet.
That's a lot of boots.
For some reason, our commando droids are not responding.
Send down reinforcements to investigate.
They hardwired the all-clear signal. It'll take time to repair. Don't have time. You always said you wanted to be in the front lines.
All right, that literally is a boot. It's interesting that even though the commando droids are far more superior overall than a B1 or even a super battle droid, honestly, it's the latter two who wind up taking back the base. It really harkens back to how Palpatine viewed the entire Empire and preferred having conscripted soldiers in far greater numbers than spending the extra money on less soldiers but far more effective ones overall. Sometimes sheer numbers just win the day.
When they stop receiving our beacon, they'll get the message something's wrong. It'll take more than a few detonators to destroy this outpost. Today we fight for more than the Republic. Today we fight for all our brothers back home. This one here is mine.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Big gun doesn't make a big man.
My dude.
Reinforcements reporting. Open up.
Didn't say
please.
Hey, wait a minute.
Rex, time's wasting. Almost ready. The handset isn't linking up with the detonator. Heavy. Yes, sir.
I don't think I remember that they had to just straight sacrifice the poor gonk droids like that too.
Just make it fast. Those droids are getting close. This isn't good. There's gotta be another way.
The base is ours again, sir. The clones are fleeing. Cowards.
Heavy, get out of there! The remote isn't working. I'll have to detonate it manually. Let's move! It's no use! I know what I have to do! Are you there?
Don't do it, Heavy!
Heavy, come in!
Do we take prisoners?
I live for shit like this. Watching this for the first time, hearing the music go out and Heavy's heartbeat thumping, just little shit like that really brings attention to what's happening in the moment without being flashy at all. It's subtle, but chef's kiss once again. But see, this is what I mean when I started this series. Imagine if we had watched this in release order. You'd be like, who the fuck's Heavy? And forget by the time season 3 comes around and you wouldn't even care. Now, we at least know where he came from.
Rishi base has stopped transmitting.
Let's get the fleet underway.
I didn't tell them to blow up the station.
But isn't it good that the base is destroyed?
Idiots.
Getting off this crater, boys.
Your new unit is lucky to have you. I'd be proud to fight beside you anytime, anywhere.
I swear, the first time through watching this, I did not appreciate the clones enough until it was already like season 3. Rewatching this so many times really gives the clones such life.
You're exactly the kind of men I need in the 501st.
Let's fucking go! Patron shoutouts! If you guys want to help support me in continuing to make these, feel free to show some love on Patreon for just $1. Links in the description below. Huge thank you to Drakmir, Colin Hemingway, Ria S, Mr. Spadafrano, Drops, Ghoulish Toast, Neforax, and Anikata or Shiro. Let me know if you guys want the crazy patron shoutouts. I don't know how I feel about them just yet. Also, we have another Overanalyzer in the arena! I know I mentioned Robin in my last video, but I forgot to do a shout out for his channel, and he's doing the same Overanalyzing the Clone Wars stuff on his channel. And he's also fucking hilarious, so make sure to check him out too. I'll see you guys in the next one.